Hi, I'm UGX Sage 1, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to install the Dairy style mod tools to your World at War installation. So, first thing you're going to need is a valid World at War installation. Mine is on Steam right now, as my disk version already has the mod tools installed. So as you can see here, the folder is just completely blank with just the default install. So, first thing is you want to make sure that your World at War is updated. If you downloaded it on Steam, then it is already updated to patch 1.7. There is patch 1.1 all the way up to 1.7. If you have the disk version or a digital download that's not via Steam, you will have to do that. You can check what patch version you have by opening the World at War exe. And then once this little tab goes away, we can see that mine is updated to version 1.7. So to install the mod tools correctly and to be able to use mods, you have to make sure that you have a valid installation with patches from 1.1 to 1.7. Links to find those will be in the description, and yeah. So after that, you need to download the World at War mod tools. Now, UGX Mods Wiki has a full page of how you can download this and install this. This is a video tutorial that I'm making if in case you find this this guide confusing. I will include this guide in the description so you can also download all the files, but this is where if you need a text tutorial you can find it. So, in this section we will see downloading the files. So we're going to see mod tools version 1.0, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. Then our official UGX mods tools patch. Now the patch is in beta. It is not completely finished yet, but it is completely working, and it is pretty much a an updated sniper bolt tutorial that fixes a couple issues that the sniper bolt tutorial patch had. So yeah, anyways, I don't think these are working, so you'll want to download the mirrors. This may be updated in the future, so you can check depending on when you see this video. So download the version 1.0, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and then the patch. I am warning you, the mod tools, they do take up a decent amount of space, at least probably gig and a half, maybe, I'm not sure. But just be aware of that before you install the mod tools. So, now I'm going to open my downloads, and I'm going to see that I've already downloaded the, and actually here you can see, so 1.28 gig, that's how much it's going to be. So I have the 1.0, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and then I have the patch. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to open what I call, and what almost everybody calls, the root directory. So this is the root directory of your Call of Duty World at War installation, as, you know, it's the Call of Duty World at War folder. So anyways, we're going to open the first mod tools RAR here. Sorry for all the uhs. So let's just wait for this to load. It's reading all the files in the archive. Okay, so now we can see here that we have a bunch of folders. Yeah. Come on. So we have a bunch of folders here: AI type, bin, all this, and you'll see MP tool, SP tool, the end user license agreement, and then the README. So you're just gonna want to copy all of this, all of these folders and files, and you're just gonna want to drop them right into your World at War root directory. So right now mine is computer, OS, program files 86, Steam apps, common, Call of Duty World at War. So that is my root directory, where my World at War exes exist and all the files exist. So I'm just going to drag it right into this directory. Now it might take a decent time to go through all the extracting process, so I'm going to pause the video until that's finished. So once it finishes extracting and copying, you're going to see a confirm folder replace to merge the folders that are being put into your root directory. So what you're going to want to do is just say yes, do for all current items, and press yes. And then it's going to pretty much merge those folders. And it shouldn't be too much longer. Seeing as it's probably going to take another 2 minutes, I will pause. Alright, so after that's done, you're going to see that it has placed all of these new files and folders in. So now your root directory is going to look a little bit bigger, as we have folders like bin for all of our applications, and we have dev.rar or raw for all of the development program maps and stuff, and map source for all of our maps. Anyways, so that is pretty much done. Now we have the version 1.0 mod tools, so if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and start mapping in a prototype map right now. But since we want to keep carrying on to get a Riese style map, we're going to go get the rest of the patches. So I'm going to close this World at War mod tools version 1.0 RAR archive, and I'm going to go find the 1.2. So this right here is the 1.2, so I'm going to open it up. And now if I click into this folder, you don't want to extract, you don't want to extract this folder directly into your root folder. You want to go inside, and you'll see some of the other things like the updated MP and SP tools, and updated bin compilers, and just files for files like all the SFX for the new zombie maps and such. Anyways, so we're just gonna want to take all these files here, and we're gonna want to just, same as the last one, we want to drop them into our World at War root directory. So then that's gonna go ahead and extract. This one is, seeing as it's just a patch, it's a lot smaller than the original mod tool installation, because it's just a patch. The other one was a full installation. So now we're gonna come up with this same thing, confirm folder replace. So it's gonna merge the folders together. We want to do that, so just say do this and yes, and then you're gonna see it's gonna come up with there's already a file in the same location, so it's gonna want to ask to replace. So you just want to say do this for all conflicts, and then you're gonna want to say move and replace to replace all of those old files with the new updated ones. Alright, so now it's done. So we have successfully moved over to 1.2, so that's the Verrucht patch, as far as I know. So that's good for 1.2 style mapping. But as I said, we're going to want to go to Riese, so let's go to the 1.3 patch, and we will open the zip archive for this, and we're gonna, like I said, you don't want to extract, you don't want to move just this. You want to find the contents. Like here we have map source, raw, and zone source, same as in here. So we're gonna want to copy these, and it's frozen. Oh, there we go. Okay, and you're just gonna want to move those again into your root directory and let them extract. So I'll pause this one until it's done. Alright, so now we did that, and it's done. So now we're going to see the same confirm and replace for the folders. So we just want to say do for all items, yes. Done this already multiple times, so kind of sounding like a broken record, but still important. Okay, seeing as it's going to take some time apparently, I'm going to pause it. Okay, so now we came to the issue with the files existing in the same location. So we just want to replace all these files by checking do this for the next conflicts and then move and replace. So then it will replace all of those, and I think it still has to go through. Oh, it's gonna go quicker. Alright, so there we go. Now we have successfully installed all the way up to 1.3, so we can see all the sump prefabs here now, just as an example. So that's fine. Now we have a 1.3 installation, so that should be Shinonuma. So you could map for Shinonuma now, as far as I know. But anyways, we want to carry on, and we want to get the last one here. For mod tools version 1.4, so this will be Riese, the Riese update, and ignore these couple files. It's just they're included because of where I downloaded it. So we're just gonna go in here and we're gonna see the same files for update, the raw map source, zone source, and the readme. So let's just move all these into my root directory, and that might take a little bit, so just let me pause. Okay, so now once again we came to the folder confirm folder replace. So it's just gonna merge the folders, do for all current items, yes. Now it's gonna move those files, and I don't know how long that'll take, but oh, it's going quickly. Keeps moving back. It's strange. Okay, so now it's going to come up with the file conflicts, so we'll just say do this for the next conflicts and move and replace to replace all the outdated files. Alright, so now that's done. So now we have a 1.4 installation of the mod tools. Issue is, they are, what I could say, kind of a little bit broken. So we need to install the UGX patch to fix some of the files that weren't included or just weren't exactly correct. So let's go get the UGX mod tools patch, and it's pretty much the same process. We just open it, and here we're going to see raw and zone source. So all we're going to need to do is we're going to need to we're just going to want to move these two raw and zone source folders into our root folder, just like we did, and it's going to copy all of these sounds that weren't included in the mod tools release. I apologize if my explanations aren't exactly correct. I've been up for a while, so I'm trying my best here. Okay, so now it's going to ask me to merge the folders, so I'll say do this for all the items, yes, and it'll merge those folders, and then we'll replace the files. And then for a couple instances, it's gonna say could not find this item. It's fine. It's just a small glitch. As I said, it's in beta. It's not gonna affect your installation in any way, so it'll be fine. Just say do this for all current items, and then skip. So there, now once it's finished, we have a valid installation of the mod tools. We just have to do a couple more things to get it completely working. So first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go into the bin folder, and we're going to see a bunch of applications here. All of these, you're going to see type if you make sure you have your folder layout on details, so you can see all this, and then you can see all the applications here, and it'll have a .exe extension. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to right click on each application and go to properties, and then you want to go to the compatibility tab, and you want to make sure that you have run this program in compatibility mode for Windows XP Service Pack 3, and then you have run this program as an administrator checked, and then say OK, and then you just want to do it for all the rest of them. As you can see, by default that's already set for mine. So just make sure you do that through every single one of the applications, only the applications. Once you're done that, you can now find the launcher.exe here, and this is the main application that you're going to be interacting with. You just usually don't launch all of these other applications through this folder. You would do it through launcher. It's kind of a nice setup where everything's organized for you. So you can right click that and click run as administrator, and if you want to create a shortcut on your desktop for it because you're going to be using it a lot, you can right click and say send to desktop. But I already have a desktop icon, I just have my icons hidden. So what we're going to do is we're going to just say run as administrator. It's going to open up our thing here. So we see now we have 4 maps. Now what we're going to want to do first is we are going to want to hit the converter button. Right now all the assets are not converted. What it's going to do is it's going to open a variety of these tools. I know Linker PC is the main one, and it's going to pretty much compile all of the files into a different format that's readable by the game. So yeah, you just want to hit the converter button, because when all the assets come, they aren't already converted. You have to do that yourself. So once you have everything installed and you've already set all these programs to run as administrator and run in compatibility mode, you want to come in here and hit the converter button. Now it's going to go through the converter process for a little bit. It can take anywhere from around probably 3 to 10 minutes. So yeah, anyways, this is going to take probably around somewhere in that time frame that I just mentioned, so I'm going to pause the video. Alright, so now our the converter process has finished, and you may see it'll just say no active process at the very end, and it'll come up with error 1. Now I'm guessing to some of you it would come up as a bad thing, but trust me, it's fine. And just finished converting all the assets and you'll be good. So I'm just going to clear the console. Now, for probably the last thing that we're going to be doing is we want to go back to the World at War root folder here, and we want to go into the mods directory, and then we're going to see 4 folders here. Now these folders, when you first install your mod tools, they're probably going to come up with some errors, and they're not really useful for anything. If you do use any user map stuff, it'll create a new folder, so it's fine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore it, you're fine. But you're just going to want to delete these 4 folders here, so it won't come up with any errors in your installation. Sometimes this one has an issue with deleting. I don't know. There we go. That was strange. Yeah, sometimes for some reason I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, now they're deleted and it's fine, so that's good. Now you're pretty much finished. But I guess for the sake of this tutorial, I will show how you would go about, creating a map. So this is just my little tool here to launch the UGX stuff, because I'm lazy. Anyways, the UGX script placer will be included in the description as a script placer, obviously. But the script placer, what it does is pretty much your map requires some files to run, and usually you'd have to create them yourself. But as I'm guessing a lot of people that are starting don't know how to deal with scripts very well, this tool pretty much just does it all for you, and it's really easy to use. So pretty much if you are working on a default installation, when you open the program, you're just going to see this dialog here, but if you go to options, you'll see it'll probably be checked on use default game path. The default game path is at the directory computer, C drive, program files, x86, Activision, Call of Duty World at War. So that's for if you have a disk version or a downloaded version from the internet, or like a downloaded retail version from the internet. Otherwise, it'll be a Steam version. But if your game path is not in that directory that I specified, you're going to want to say use custom game path. Now, this is our root folder. As I specified before. Where did it go? I'm guessing I closed it, but our root folder is in C, program files. I have a lot of folders, I apologize. Steam apps, common, and Call of Duty World at War. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to select root here by clicking the three dots, and we're going to want to navigate to that directory. So we can go down here, Steam, so it's the same directory as this one right here. I apologize if this is taking longer than you anticipated. Like I said, there's a text tutorial, but anyway, Steam apps, Call of Duty World at War, and we can just select the Call of Duty World at War folder and press OK. So now we're going to see that the directory is focused on Call of Duty World at War, the same directory that is up here in the address bar. So we can just click OK, and now our directory is set. So now I'm going to go through some of the options, and I won't go too in depth, but anyways, if you want to create a main menu launch button, which is pretty much where the solo button is replaced by something that says, oh, click here to launch the map, instead of having to go into console and do it, then you can do that. Otherwise, ignore it. Here we can disable the console, so pretty much players cannot use the console to cheat or anything like that. Or we can just go ahead and disable God mode, UFO, no target, all of that stuff. But if you don't want any of that, just ignore it. The load screens, it's pretty much if you want like load screens like images to display while your map's loading, or the solo, or any of that. Anyways, you can check these and then load the DDS files. I won't get into that, it's a big thing. I have other tutorials on my channel for things like that if you want it. Otherwise, just ignore it. And now we have our map start here. So you can either create a blank map that has absolutely nothing in it, or you can use the Sniper Bolt tutorial map to either just start off of, because it has all of the stuff in it, like zombie spawns and player spawns, teleporters, perks, all the things are already set up for you, so you don't have to do that all yourself. It is a good idea if you're going to use the Sniper Bolt tutorial map, though, to completely delete all the brushes and stuff in it, so you're not copying the tutorial map, but that'll be up to you. Anyways, the display name is just when you're loading, like the load screen, it says a certain name, like it's a non-formal name, I guess. But anyways, I'm tired of this. Explaining these things. You can also remove a map with the map remover. I'm done talking about the script placer. Anyways, so I'm going to type the map name. I'm just going to type, let's just type Sage 1. Why the fuck not? And just let you know, you do not need the Nazi zombie prefix. It's not required, although it is required to close launcher.exe because it will not let you place some files. So now that's done. As you see, it's placed all these files correctly, and that's good. Now it's going to close because we're done creating it. So now we can go back to our root folder here, go to bin, or if you have a desktop icon, and we're just going to run launcher as administrator. And now if you open it, you're going to see Sage 1 and Sage 1 patch, and everything's already set up here, all the compile. All you have to do is click compile level, and compile level for the patch. And now if we go in a mod builder, everything's already checked here. You just got to click build mod.ff, build IWD, but we're fine now. So this is pretty much, we can go ahead and we can open Radiant, and this is the tool that's pretty much used mainly for mapping. I will also include in the description a basic mapping tutorial if you want to learn how to start mapping. And there's also some other tutorials on ugxmods.com and on my channel if you want to see those. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to explain what all the other tools are, but yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope it helped. I needed to update the tutorial for my old one, seeing as the old one wasn't was going to be harder to understand due to the fact that some of the old links were gone, and I had to replace them with the new ones I found from UGX mods. So, anyways, I hope this clears some stuff up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them on ugxmods.com, or leave a comment on this video. But other than that, thank you, and yeah, I hope it helped.